What's up, everyone? Here with Shark Gains, here with another great video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about a couple meme coins that I think will do well this bull run. Stay tuned. And quickly, before we keep going on this video, I'm going to show you guys a quick disclaimer, as YouTube makes us do these disclaimers, as they are very important for you guys to know. I am not a financial aid advisor, okay? I'm not a financial advisor. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness of any particular purpose. And you guys can finish reading this. I'll give you guys a couple moments to keep this on the screen so you guys can read this out for you guys. All right. And then we'll go ahead and get into the video here soon. All right, everyone. So let's go ahead and get into the video, and let's go ahead and talk about some meme coins. Now, before we get into the coins that I think will do very well this bull run, let's just go ahead and get into the chart so I can give you guys a little bit of technical analysis, a little bit of TA before we get into those meme coins. All right, so I can show you what I think we're at in this market, or at least this last leg of the bull run, which I believe this is the last leg. And we can go ahead and look at Bitcoin. This is the daily chart, as you guys can see up here, but let me go ahead and get a little handy dandy tool so that I can draw on the chart. So you can see to me, this is our last leg in the bull run, and I'll go ahead and show you a little bit fuller pictures. You guys can see what I'm talking about, and we'll go into the weekly charts here. Okay, weekly charts. As you can see from the 2023 bottom, which we hit over here, we created a two-try failure, which is the start of the first leg, in my opinion. And this is one leg, this is second leg, and then we are on the third and final leg. And if you go by history, I'm not gonna go deep into it because it's a little bit boring going deep into it. I'm sure you guys have heard this many times. We don't have that long in this bull run. This bull run is basically at max lasting till November, December. In my opinion, things could happen. It can go longer, but I need to be smart, right? And give you guys a realistic timeline due to history. So in past history, since the 2017, 2021 bull market, the 4-year cycle, this is more or less when we should be ending around October, November, December, somewhere around those lines. I think it could be November. I think that's like the sweet spot, but we could pour into December and probably even January, right? But let's go ahead and be safe about it. Okay, perfect. And let's just go ahead and finish getting into this video. Daily chart, I want to show you guys, we are recently, as you can see, I have my Fibonacci retracement levels from the previous top, okay, to the previous bottom, all right? This is not the full bull market, okay? This is just the recent top to the recent bottom. What levels are we looking at? As you can see, as we were rising before breaking previous all-time highs, we came above this resistance level, which is the 0.786 level at $101,000. Converted the resistance, which we had here, came under it, and we created support. This was the first time where I was calling out that, hey, we could be heading into the next leg soon. We did get a break of the support, but immediately with the next candle, bought it back up. And anytime you see a white candle instead of a green candle, that is a bullish engulfing candle. If you see a what color is that? If you see like a blue candle instead of a red candle, that is a bearish engulfing candle. And as you can see, yes, we did go below this support, usually be resistance created into support. We did go below it, but immediately bought up with a bullish engulfing candle, which this for me was like a sign to get in, whether you're trading spot trading or futures, which mostly I would think you guys would want to be trading futures here. And this was a good signal, futures trade. And if you wanted to get a little bit extra confirmation, you could have waited for it to pump and come back and retest, which it did here. And you got another bullish engulfing candle, and you had another retest, which I probably wouldn't wait for this retest, but you can if you want to. Wait for this retest. You get a nice little low hit here before we head on and break all-time highs and just take off. This was a very good sign. You got bullish engulfing candle into another bounce on the EMA here, bullish engulfing candle to another higher low bounce. So low, higher low, higher low, and then it took off. And now we were in this kind of triangle slash this descending trend channel. So this is the descending trend channel, and on top of that we had like a small little triangle happening. We did break below this triangle, so which kind of giving me confirmation, at least short term. This is not guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed in crypto, and all you know that. But this is giving me confirmation of breaking of the structure for at least this triangle. And probably, and look, it's retesting. So it broke structure. Okay, you can see here. Go ahead and zoom that out so you guys can see that better. So it broke structure and then closed under it right here. And then also retested this again. Now it's heading back down. Now this could 21 EMA could hold as support, okay? But we need to see that hold for support. Maybe we come and break above everything and use this descending triangle line as a support, and maybe, or even the above resistance trend line here that we're using for this descending trend channel, that could use that as support as well and take off into new highs and keep going. As of right now, the shorts have the stronger end of the stick, meaning they have a little bit more power in the short term, right? We are in a bull market, so bulls always will remain with the most power. But short term, we're looking like this could come close below this EMA, and probably we might be coming to a correction down here, which is this 50 EMA, and we're talking about on the daily chart, okay? So we might get a little bounce here, which if you think about it, anywhere from this 50 EMA, even if it comes below it, to this previous resistance, which is previous all-time high, I think that's a good level of correction. We come back, hit previous all-time high, come back up, and then make our way back up into newer all-time highs. I do not think it's okay for this to be taking too long, so I don't think this should be ranging for a very long time until like September, October. We cannot go through what we went through back here, where we took so long to kind of go sideways and then take off. I think we're in a period of time where there's not that much time left. So whatever we're going to see should be happening here shortly. It did need time to develop a signal for correction where you see lower highs, and lower highs. So these are the bulls trying and failing. And then also you got to see higher highs in the charts, but lower highs in the RSI. If we go into the bigger picture, you'll see that, which I'll show you here now soon. But we have a bearish divergence on top of a lower high correction here coming soon. Hey, we might just keep going sideways for a little bit inside this kind of descending trend channel, and then maybe sometime break out of here in sometime in August. I think August is probably when we're going to see our next leg, whether we get a correction to this previous highs or we just stay inside this trend channel for a little bit and then take off. I still don't think we should be taking that long, especially with the amount of time that we have left. That's just it's not possible unless this bull market is going to go into 2026, which I don't think that's going to happen. It could happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. All right, so let's keep on going. We broke this triangle so far. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this triangle out. I am going to replace it if we do come back above it. But for right now, I don't think that is necessary. So going to the weekly charts here, I'm just going to show you real quick the bearish divergence that we're having. So you can see from back here, we're having high, higher high, and higher highs, okay? And as you can see, it's low, lower low, and lower low, okay? So we are having a little bearish divergence. I don't think this is much, because once we get a good correction to previous highs here or somewhere down here, I think that we're just going to take off, and then this is going to start, it might come a little bit lower here, and then this will start making new highs, passing previous highs, and breaking that bearish divergence. I do think we will break that bearish divergence sometime in August. So maybe September. So August, September, we'll probably break this bearish divergence and head to like really overbought levels. And that's just Bitcoin. It's going to hit overbought levels, come back, do quick corrections, deep corrections, and make new highs. It's going to keep doing that until the ultimate top. Okay. All right. So that's it for some TA. And if you guys watched all the TA, I appreciate it. If you guys skipped the video and went into the meme coins, hey, that's awesome. That's cool to me too. So I'm going to start off by the stronger meme coins that I think that are good. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put a disclaimer real quick. Pepe's not in here, and the reason why Pepe's not in here is because I want to give you guys more smaller cap meme coins. So what do I mean by that? I don't want to. Pepe is a bigger cap meme coin that probably has anywhere between like a 7 to 20, 19x, 15x left into it, which is still decent games. And if you want decent gains that are not as risky, go with Pepe. Like if you're okay with a good 5 to 10x, maybe 15x, it's a little bit more guaranteed than the meme coins I'm going to be talking about today. But the meme coins I'm going to be talking about today, at least the first 3 to 4 of them will be lower market cap but strong meme coins, and meme coins that you can find also on Coinbase, which is the ultimate destination for most of these meme coins. Okay, the ultimate of the ultimate will be Robinhood, but most of these I'm going to be mentioning have Coinbase, Binance, and Crypto.com, and most of these bigger ones. Not all of them, but most of them do have Coinbase. Let's go ahead and get to the first one, and the first one will be Turbo. Okay, Turbo, I mean, this was a great one. I bought Turbo all the way back here, like before all the huge pumps. I just saw this coin. The logo was great, right? It has that like Pepe, Toad, Frog type of look. Also had a great name, Turbo. The story behind Turbo was a guy created Turbo with AI with only like $60 to create it. So it was a very good story. There was a community building behind it, and those are the recipes for a great meme coin and to do very well. I mean, I ended up with like a 40 or 50x or something like that from where I bought it from. Took some profits, but not all of them. I left a little bit more than half of what I bought in there because I know this, and the peak of the bull run is going to be insane. We are at a 322 million market cap, but I feel like this has potential, right? So remember, this is not financial advice. This is just my analysis with my experience and education, just education and for fun. Do not listen to me. Do your own research, as I'm just a guy here on YouTube trying to have some fun and give you guys some cool picks. All right, I think Turbo can at least hit a 20 to 40 billion market cap, and we're at 322 million market cap. So 20 to 40 billion market cap is pretty easy with all the money that's coming to crypto this bull cycle from the last bull cycle. And just meme coins are just top dogs in this and making people money. I mean, they just go anabolic. I think Turbo is going to be one of them. Turbo is on, if you look at centralized, always look at centralized. Don't look at decentralized exchanges. Only centralized, because these are important exchanges where people buy their, when the retail comes in, they only go to the big exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, OKX, BitGet, Crypto.com. So you want to make sure that whatever coins you're in has some of these good exchanges. You could buy them before they get the bigger exchanges, right? Which is what I like to do. I bought Turbo before Coinbase and Binance. You want to buy them before the pumps, and the pumps come in after the Coinbase and Binance listing, as they need to get listed onto the exchanges, so they do pump after that. So the goal is to catch them before it, but if they're in it and they're at a decent market cap, an example, we were at Turbo was basically at a 800 million market cap, so only almost a billion market cap, and we had a deep correction back to 170 million market cap. That was your time to buy, right? I sold for good profit up here, less than half of what I had, and then I bought more back here, and I still have profits, right? But I bought more in back here, and then on top of that, we're starting to head up right now, but we're kind of just going sideways at this period right here. This is even though, yes, it would have been better to buy at 113 million, but I mean, still 300 million market cap is still very decent compared to almost being a billion market cap. Like if you just go to previous all-time highs, what is that? That's like almost a 3 to 5x, and this is going to do way better than that. This is going to hit at least I would say bearish scenario, all-time bearish scenario for Turbo, 10 billion market cap. And you're set to make a good amount of money with a 10 billion market cap. You're talking about what, like a 50x or something like that. My math might be off, but yeah, somewhere around those lines. That's very good. I think Turbo from here can do at least 100x. So sounds very good. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 120x, but Turbo can do that pretty easily if we get to a 40 billion market cap. All right, so Turbo's one of them. Once Brett loads up here, sorry. Taking some time. There's Brett. Brett was trying to hide from you guys. All right, so Brett, very good. 500, a little bit stronger than Turbo right now. But if you guys would have went into the March, April, when we had these lows from the highs, I mean, Brett was at a 2 billion market cap. Okay. Once Brett dropped all the way down to a 232, that was your time to buy. Listen, when everybody's fearful and we're in a bull market, all right, boys, ladies and gentlemen, when we're in a bull market and things are very fearful and things, an example, something like Brett, which is a blue chip meme coin like Turbo, went from a 2 billion market cap to a 3 or 200 million market cap. That's your signal to buy. You cannot be fearful there, because that's how they get you. You can't be greedy when we're up here. You need to be greedy when everybody's fearful. You need to be bullish when everybody's fearful, and fearful when everybody's bullish. So like if you would have bought over here, let's say down here, and sold up here, and then rebought down here, you would have been in profits, and you're digging yourself, you know, getting yourself ready for the next pump and the next profits that's about to happen. And these would probably be the bigger ones because this is the last stage. So we're going to have some parabolic moves coming up here. I mean, you might see Brett. I think Brett has a chance to hit 30 to 40, maybe even 60 billion market cap, right? This one I think might have a little bit stronger chance than Turbo, or maybe Turbo stronger, who knows? But it's still one of those blue chip meme coins that I think is going to do very well. If you look at their centralized exchanges, you can see that they have 69 centralized exchanges. So the more exchanges, the better it is for you guys, okay? Because the more exchanges a coin has, let me explain to you. And we're not forget these centralized exchanges. Not everybody knows how to go to Uniswap and swap and buy coins on there. It's difficult, even though it really isn't difficult. But for most people, it is. For the average normal person, they are not gonna know how to send money over to Uniswap and get a trust wallet or whatever wallet they're using to kind of send money over around. They don't know and understand how to do that. So for most retail people coming into the market, and that will be here in the parabolic run up that we're going to have soon, they go into Coinbase, Crypto.com, you know, even Bitmark, some people, you know, BitGet, Bybit, you know, and so on and so forth. And let me tell you, Brett went to 2 billion market cap without having a Coinbase listing or without having a Binance listing. Imagine when they get those listings. They're going to get it. I'm telling you right now, they're going to get it. But and Coinbase for sure. It is a base coin that does not have a Coinbase listing. And it went to a 2 billion market cap. Of course, they're gonna get that listing soon, and when it does, I mean, if it did that 2 billion market cap without Coinbase and Binance listing, imagine what it's gonna do after. It's probably gonna hit like a 10 to 20 billion market cap once they get the listing and everything starts going anabolic. So I can see this going to a 60 billion market cap really stinking easy. Okay, so you know, not financial advice, but I have Brett. I'm locked and loaded on Brett. I bought at the bottoms, you know. Sold a little bit of profits at tops to make some money, bought back in at the bottoms, and I got myself locked and loaded, ready for the next pump up to make some money. So Toshi's going to be our next runner up, and Toshi wants to hide from you guys as well. So let's go ahead and see if Toshi wants to come out from hiding here. There we go. Toshi. Now, Toshi's a little bit better position than Brett because Brett doesn't have the major exchange listings. But like I was telling you guys, the more centralized exchanges, the better. People from around the world, in the United States, most people are going to be using Coinbase and Crypto.com. Some might be using Kraken. Some might be using Uphold, right? Which all these coins are on, right? All these big exchanges. But you can see they're usually going to be using this. And if they don't have a Coinbase or Binance, but they have a Crypto.com, it still has a good chance because a lot of Crypto.com, remember, does a lot of advertising. Crypto.com is one of the biggest advertisers, especially in the last parabolic leg that we're in. You're gonna see them all over the stadiums, on commercials, and all that. So even with Tom Brady, like he did one time. So like Crypto.com is it's one of the top exchanges that people use because of their advertising and promotions that they do go and have. And most of these meme coins that I mentioned are on Crypto.com. So the more exchanges, it's like this one has 43. You want to make sure it has at least 10 or more. Okay, the more the merrier, and the more the better. Right, but 10 or more. I like to go with like 15 or more, but or close to that, but 10 is fine. Anything 10 and above, and even if they have 10, make sure that you're tracking that coin to make sure that they keep putting exchange listings. Because an example, if you got found a crypto that you like per se, and it has 10 exchange listings, 2 months go by and they have not even tried to get on other exchanges, that's a red flag. That's probably a sign to sell, because the creators of the coin do not care about getting on exchange listings. If they feel comfortable with only 10 exchange listings and they're not, in the mood to put any more, they don't care about putting any more, that should be a red flag. That's a coin that's probably not going to do good, because the most good coins want as many exchanges as they can so they can get as much revenue and exchange fees that they make money off of from as many exchanges as they can. Plus, it gives their coin a better chance to be found and bought, because there's more chances of people using their exchange. Maybe United States, it's Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, Uphold, and a couple other ones. Maybe in another country, it's Bitmark, LBank, XT, and maybe another country is Bybit in like Mexi. So that's what I mean. The more exchanges, the better it is for your coin to be found and bought, and for you to make money and do well this bull run. Okay, the better chances it is to find is the better chances you have of making money this bull run, and with that particular coin. Okay, this is Toshi. I think it's going to do very well. Toshi has 43 centralized exchanges plus Coinbase, Crypto.com, Kraken, and a whole bunch of other good ones, Bybit, and so on and so forth. Okay, so Toshi's looking very good, and I think Toshi can do probably a 10 to 20 billion market cap. So that's a pretty good profit, if you tell me. All right, so we're going to go into the next coin. We're probably going to have to refresh this page, because these coins, I'm telling you, they want to hide from you so that you don't make profits, all right? Now, remember, I'm joking around here, but remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so please do not buy or sell anything because I say, okay? If I call out a coin that maybe you guys like and I don't like, and I say, hey, this coin is not that good, do not take it personally. You do your own research, so don't buy or sell. If you have a coin that I don't like, and I say that it might not be that good, don't sell it because I say that, right? And if I say Toshi is a good coin, don't buy it because I say that either. Always do your own research, okay? But Mudeng this is more, I think, of a Chinese coin. This is more popular in China, but they are getting a lot of traction and community and popularity, which is why it's on my list today. It does have a Coinbase listing, which is very hard to get into. They got either the creators and the team, they have connections or money, or both, right? They got the Crypto.com, OKX, Binance. So they're doing very, very well for being very popular only to more. It's mostly one country, but it's pouring into the United States. I know a lot of people that are liking Mudeng, so it does pour into other countries, but it's more popular, I think, over there. I think it's China, Japan, Tokyo, one of those places. So yeah, this is a Solana coin, centralized exchanges. They do have 95, so they have a lot. Remember I told you, the more the better, the more the merrier. And you can see their volume as well. They're pulling in every 24 hours, at least for the past 24 hours, $102 million in volume, which is very good. And so yeah, Mudeng is the next one. Let's go ahead. Let's make this video a little bit quicker and get over to the next coins. Guys, if you guys get bored of any part that I'm talking about in this video, you can skip to the next coin if you want, just to see the coins. Hey, you're not going to hurt my feelings, all right? I just want you guys to at least get the information, the best information you possibly can, and, get to the coins as well. So, broke on base. This is another base coin, just like Brett is. This one, let's go to centralized exchanges. This one has 12 centralized. Remember I told you 10, 15, 20. So this one has 12, but this one is a newer coin that came out in May. Okay, so this came out May 22nd, which was basically a month ago. 2 months ago, sorry. So you're here to make money. You're here to make a chance, right? You're here to change your life, right? Drastically. Like, you want to go from maybe having $100 to $1 million, or $100 to 50,000 or 100,000, right? So this is how you change your life. You buy the good up and coming new meme coins, or it could be any other category except for meme, and hey, take a chance. As long as you do your research and do a good job researching, you want to change your life. You buy the old stuff, you're looking at making a 5x. Unless you have like 100,000, 500,000, $1 million or more, then you can invest into the bigger coins that are more stable and more secure on making money than these smaller cap meme coins. But like I said, you need to put in a lot of money to make a lot of money. If you're putting $100 to make a 5x, 10x, I mean, yeah, I mean you're gonna turn $100 into what, 5,000 to $10,000, which is decent. Don't get me wrong, that's still very good, but that's not life changing. Life changing for me is like 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, $1 million, $2 million. Like that's life changing. Like if you only have $5,000 in your name in your bank account, and all of a sudden you just made $1 million off of crypto or $500,000 of crypto, you're gonna be very happy, right? So that's what I mean by life changing. So don't go with the old stuff. In my opinion, I would suggest going with the newer stuff. Remember, this is not financial advice, but the newer stuff you're gonna have better chances on. It's the newer and better thing. Just like Pepe. Pepe wasn't part of the old, and look, Pepe came out and it just went crazy. Now it's at a 5 billion market cap. It was at I think 10 billion at one point, but that's what I mean. Pepe was a new thing and it took off, right? And now it's up there with the big boys. The same thing with all these other meme coins. And all of these or some of these can do it. They will probably all do well, just some better than others, okay? So Brook is the next one. This one is a 12 centralized exchanges, but they're pumping. Like they started out with 4, they came out with 5, 6. Like now they have 10 centralized exchanges. And they're charged very nice, right? So you're just going sideways, higher highs, higher lows, and then came back down, and it's just kind of like flattening out, but going sideways. I think this is getting ready for another pump here soon, especially with how low it got down here recently with this little correction we're having now in the crypto space. But I think this is something where this is more riskier. So Moondang, Toshi, Brett, and Turbo, these are all coins that have stronger background to it, right? They have stronger exchange listings. The next two that I'm showing you, which is Brook and the next one, are going to be very risky. These Turbo, Brett, Toshi, and Moondang are a little bit stronger meme coins, right? They're more blue chip. And this one and the next one I'm going to show you is like more risky, right? More risky, but still decent enough where, hey, we're at a 2 million market cap. So let me do the math for you. So if this were to get to 500 million market cap, let's just say, all right, let's just say this. If this were to get to a 100 million market cap, you would make a 50x on this coin, which it looks good. Look, you have the logo, very cool logo, cool name, which is called Brook, right? Or Broke. I think it's Broke or Brook. I'm not sure how to say it, but it's cool and it's short. Most of these meme coins that have short, sweet names and a cool logo usually end up doing well. The more money people get into it and start investing into it, the more money they'll have and be able to put on more exchanges. But look, they have 12 exchanges already, centralized exchanges, okay? Which are the ones that cost money to put on there. But that's 50x if it gets to 100 million. Which 100 million, any coin can do that. That's very easy. So, and then let's go ahead and put an example. Let's say it's 100x. 100x is 200 million market cap. So for this to get to a 200 million market cap is very easy, and that's 100x. Now let's go a little bit deeper. Okay. All right. So if this were to get to a 600 million market cap, which is still fairly easy, you're looking at a 300x. A 300x on Broke. That is pretty darn easy to do on something that has a good logo, good name, profile score is 78%, circulating supply is 618 million, the total 690. We're basically around there. Look at the fully diluted market cap. Fully diluted value is 2.4, which is the same as or close to the market cap. So, you know, this is looking like a decent coin, right? Looking like a very good coin that, you know, I don't think it's very hard to get dumped on, especially with the market cap and the fully diluted being so close to each other. I think, and I've done a little bit of background research and everything looks good. Doesn't look scammy at all. Yes, you can get dumped on, right? Any coin on any, even the good ones, Pepe, you can get dumped on. So, but that's just crypto. But this looking very good. Broke is looking very good. And look, you can literally put in $100, and if it gets to a 600 million market cap, which is not even a billion, right? It's way far from a billion. $100 will make you $30,000 if it gets there. Let's just say, let's make it safe. Let's go a 200x, right? Which is probably going to be somewhere around 400 million market cap, right? 500 million market cap, 400, three something. You're looking at $20,000 with $100. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to go crazy investing. I'm putting 2,000 in broke. I wouldn't suggest doing that because it's still too new of a coin, but it's at a good level. It's a good, decent enough coin to take a risk on, right? Take a chance on. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can put in 50, $100, max 200. I wouldn't go any further than that because even if you have a lot of money, it's not worth it, right? You want to have something in it, not all of it, right? And not at least something. You don't want nothing, but you don't want a lot. You just want a little bit of something, a little taste, and that's at least be in it than not being in it. And that's 50, $100, and that sounds pretty cool. All right, so broke looks really good. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one, and let's refresh the page. And the next one here is Jerry the Turtle. This is by Matt Fury, and I don't know if you guys know the Boys Club. The Boys Club is basically Pepe, Brett, which I showed you guys earlier today, Pepe, Brett, Andy, and Landwolf, which are other coins. They're just not doing too well right now. The Andy and Landwolf, they're not doing too well because the big correction kind of hurt them a lot. And they're not looking like they're trying to pump out more exchanges, which is kind of sad. But they can still do it, and they can still do well because they are part of the Boys Club. At the end, let's see what happens with those. But I'm not going to mention coins that I don't believe in still. Like, used to believe in them, and they still have a good potential. They're doing pretty okay right now. But I'm not going to mention coins that I don't think it's going to be the best, right? And these are the ones that I think are the top ones to make the best money. This one is more of a risky. This one's less riskier than broke, I think. But this one has 32 centralized exchanges. Okay, doesn't have any of the big exchanges, but it does have 32, which is very good. Has a lot of exchanges. The fully diluted is the same as the market cap, so that's very good. You got $5 million in volume the past 24 hours. Jerry the Turtle, which is Matt Fury, is part of the Matt Fury collection, like Pepe and Andy and Landwolf and Brett. So this is kind of a cool coin. The logo is really cool. Jerry the Turtle, pretty cool. So let's just say it's at 11 million market cap, and let's say we do 100x. So yeah, that's a little bit harder. So 100x would be at a 1.1 billion market cap, right? So that's a little bit extreme. So let's just put 11 million market cap. Let's make it a 50x. So you'll 50x your money from here to 500 million market cap. So 550 million market cap, and you 50x your money, which is very decent. I mean, that's a very good return. And if it does better, it does better. But when you get a 500 million market cap and you got a 50x, you taking profits, okay? You're not holding it there because you might go back to zero. So you take some profits and then hold a little bit just in case it does better, and you can make a little bit more money, maybe 100, 200 exit after that. So Jerry the Turtle, looking good by Matt Fury. These are the coins: Turbo, Brett, Toshi, Mudang, Brook, and Jerry the Turtle. All right, I hope you guys like this. These are my top meme coins right now. There might be some other meme coins that you guys like. I would like to hear in the comments below what meme coins that I miss, okay, and what meme coins that you guys hold or you guys like, and maybe I might go ahead and go over the comments on the next video and go over your meme coins. So go ahead and comment below, what is your favorite meme coin, what are you holding, and if I mentioned it or I didn't, and if I didn't, you might be picked on the next video for me to go over. I'll mention your name from the comments. I'll mention the meme coin that you mentioned, and I'll go ahead and go over that meme coin and tell you if I like it or I don't and why. All right, so go ahead and comment down below. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe. That really helps me out. I'm a newer channel. I'm a smaller channel, so I would appreciate it if you go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment down below. That would really appreciate it. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your day, and see you tomorrow for the next video. Peace.